Hello, this is Kelly with Indiana Anchor Plans. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do some memory planning in my memory planner. I also have memory planners for each one of my grandkids. And I created this memory planner from just some covers and some dividers that I had on hand, or that I had the covers on hand. I ordered the dividers from Kelly Plan, and then I ordered the filler paper from Live Love Posh. So we are going to flip back here to July, and this will be my first sheet for July. So, and I do this by day, not by week. So some weeks I don't have anything, so I do it by day. So this was on July 4th. And we had gone to, one of my friends and I had gone to their brother's house for a cookout, and came back to my place, and there was a mama bunny that brought her babies right in front of the door, and so we got to watch them play. And I didn't get a picture of the mom, but these babies were just absolutely adorable. So these came out a little darker, but they're all the same babies. Look at that cute little bunny butt. And then this little guy, he kept coming up and looking in our storm door, because I've got a full glass storm door. So anyway, we are going to spread these out, but first we are going to do some decorating. And then I also have, or had at that time, a baby bird's nest, and the birds were just about ready to fly away and leave the nest. And I think because my dad lives next door, and he's the one that saw them up there, because I'm rarely in my backyard. And anyway, they ended up flying out of the nest the next day or a couple days later. I think they're robins. So I pulled out Live Love Posh January to June Seasonal Love, and I'm going to use these stickers. These are the only two little bunnies that I found that weren't real Eastery, so I think I'm going to have to find some graphics and put some non-Eastery bunnies in my shop. So is that the first page? Yeah. So we've got these two. And then I think I'm going to use these florals to go with it. And then we've got some boxes that I may add some of those in there too for me to journal with. And I may even use some of these. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to use the washi strips, and I'm not going to use the paper. So let's start with the florals. So this is going to be a very non-traditional 4th of July page, because we didn't go watch fireworks, or heard plenty of them, but didn't go watch any of them. So I think my plan is to put the bird picture up there, or I may, I don't know. It may go on my random photos page that I have in my book. So let's put this sticker at the top, because I really like these florals too. So pretty. Okay, I don't know if there's, so let's do I want to put, I think, so I've got this planny thing, grass washi, so let's put this down here, which means hopefully I can lift this up without it tearing. Suppose I need to invest in some undo at some point. just seems a bit pricey to me. Yeah, it's starting to tear. Okay, got that down. Let's trim this. Okay, now that's not going to stay down. So let's use my permanent adhesive and see if this will work. If not, I'll get my glue pen out. Okay. So now let's put these little bunnies. Trim the bottoms of them off. Get some of the white offset off of there. Yep, that's not gonna stay. I'm gonna have to get my glue pen out. Yeah, that one's kind of facing that way, so we'll leave that there. And we'll put that there. Then I saw a daisy in here that I thought was cute. Where was it? Must have been on the florals page. Let's put that there. Oh, it's kind of out of proportion, isn't it? But it still looks cute there. Let me grab my glue pen, and this is a Zig two-way glue pen. I think I ordered this from Amazon, if I remember right, or I may have gotten it from Hobby Lobby or Joann. I've had it for a while. And I got some glue on my thing. So this is a gum eraser. That takes care of that. And that works for sticker residue in your planner, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. It's over by the permanent adhesive and the glues. Okay, so that's pretty cute there. I was gonna put bunnies with the letters that were in here, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna have room for that or not. So I've trimmed these down quite a bit. And then this one, I don't know if you can tell that he's peeking around the corner. My front door is, I mean, he's still looking in my front screen door. He had just hopped down in my flower bed. And I just love that little bunny butt. I just think that is so adorable. And they look a little bigger in these pictures than what they actually were. They were pretty little. I think I'm going to trim this one up a little bit more. And I get my pictures done at Walgreens. I have an app called PhotoGrid where I make my collages and save them to my phone, upload them to Walgreens, and pick them up on my way home. I know that's not convenient for everyone, but that's what works for me. Okay. Trim a little bit more of this one off, maybe. And if you're somebody that likes your pictures all the same size, they have templates for that as well. I just like mine to be all different sizes. Well, let's see. That'll definitely have to go on a different page, my bird. Because I'd like to put bunnies up there. These you can't really, they're not really looking at the camera, so maybe we'll pull that one out. Okay, let's put bunnies up there. Okay, so we have B-U-N-N-I-E-S. So 7, B-U-N-N. So let's put so we need a U. Well, I should have done, let's take this one up. I have 2 greens and 2 oranges, so I should have done, put that back in the book. It probably won't stay, but let's do a green in. Then we will do the lighter green B. Then we will need the lighter green I. Then we need a darker green S. Cute. Okay. A little bit more. Trying limited space. I'm trying to trim them up as much as I can so that I can get them all on there. And I'm horrible at cutting straight, so I know some of these are crooked. I don't want to cut that one anymore because I want to remember that he was right outside the door. Okay, so I think we're good there. So we'll get these put down. Now, I have had so much wildlife here. I don't live like in town, but I don't live in the country either. Like the main drag road is not too far from my house, actually. But there is a woods, a very small woods, next to my house with a park on the other side of it. And there's playground equipment, a pond, walking trails, that kind of thing over there. It's a nice size park. So most of the wildlife comes from the woods. So if I lived in a different part of this neighborhood, then I probably wouldn't get much more than bunnies and squirrels. But I do plan on doing like a little, I'm not sure you would call it a booklet, but a memory spread to put in my memory planner for all of the wildlife that I've seen since I've moved here. I've gotten pictures of everything, but I never thought to take a picture of the squirrel or of any of the squirrels. And I didn't get a picture of the coyotes. I was more concerned about getting a hold of my dad to make sure that he didn't take the dog out. I imagine that they probably would have run, but I didn't want to take that chance. So, how cute is that? Okay, so now I need to put the date on there. So I need to put July. Oh, I pulled these out of my shop to do that because I wanted the browns. So we will do July. I don't know if I want that on there or not, but I guess I will. So we'll do that. And these are available in all different colors in my shop. Okay, so cute. Okay, and then for the baby birds, I will put this in the back of my memory planner. I have a random photos page, so I will just put that there. Looks like I'm about due to make another one of those. Okay, so we're done with that. So again, that was Live, Love, Posh Seasonal Love, January through June. So we are done with that. So then on July 6th, I think it was the 6th, yes. I just happened to be off work that day because you know, most people had July 3rd off, with the 4th being on a Saturday, but Fridays and Saturdays are big days for us. So when the holiday falls on a Friday or Saturday, we get Monday off instead. So I just happened to be home, and I was back here in my planner room and looked out the window, and there was this deer out in my backyard. And I went out my back door so that I could get better pictures of her. And as soon as she saw me, she stared me down and then ran. So, so I want to trim those down just a little bit because I don't want so much grass. Boy, I really cut that crooked. Told you I can't cut a straight line for anything. So I was trying to get more pictures of her and figured that there was probably another deer not too far away. So I was hoping it would venture out into the yard as well, but if I wouldn't have gone out the back door, it might have come around. But okay, so I pulled out, well, I made this sheet just for me. I pulled it from the safari sheet, and I know deer are really not, I didn't really think they were safari, but they were in that set. But anyway, this is the sheet that's in the shop that I pulled those from. And there are sheets in the shop as well that are opposites. So I don't know that these would be good for Dutch doors, but you know, in some scenes, when you're creating scenes in your planner, you want animals facing both directions. So, and then I pulled the trees stickers from my shop. So I thought maybe we'll use this grass washi again. I also have grass sticker strips in my shop, but I don't have any of those here right now. So we will just use this grass washi and see how this works. The grass sticker strips are something that I need to make sure I have in my stash at all times, but I think I ran out and didn't replace them. So let's see, do we want to do, let's trim this down a little bit more, and then maybe I can Now, when I first moved here, I would have never thought that I would have seen the wildlife that I have since I've been here. So you just never know what's going to walk out of the woods. And sometimes it's people, but most of the time it's critters. Okay, so let's put... I should put, I thought about putting all the trees in the background and putting, maybe that's what I'll do. Since the woods is actually behind her, do this. Okay, so I think that's good. So then maybe, I guess we're going to cover up most of those, aren't we? Maybe let's trim this off a tad bit more. Or maybe I'll just, let's just put them up here. Do that. Okay, I like that. Then I already forgot I printed the stickers. This will just, let's just put that one right there, since the trees aren't proportionate enough to really use the other one going the other direction. So that's pretty cute. Okay, and then I pulled out Fall Harvest from the Happy Planner. This one had they had some stickers in here that have deer in them, but I've used all of those. But these boxes and floor, I didn't put any boxes on the bunny one. I'm not even sure I have room left. So maybe, well, I don't know. I'll have to figure out something. I may just end up putting a half sheet in there to journal on. Okay, what was I was going to use these. I'm not sure that I have any. Those the only. I was thinking I had some corner ones. They're about the same, aren't they? So maybe we'll put these. I'll put these in the corners. her up there. Oh, that makes it look a little fallish, doesn't it? Just hit the camera. Let's find these other ones. See if we can. So that one's not quite big enough. This one's a little different. Let's. I think that one's big enough. I should have moved it over a little bit more, but I'm not going to try and take it up. This one's a little different, so maybe we can just put it there. Okay. So we'll put that aside. Let's get these down. So I have to put the date in on this too. We may just use the same brown ones that we used for the bunnies. Okay, so now let's trim. To my poster board and pulled some of it up. Hang on to these and see if maybe we want to put them down the side. So do we want to put these down the side? Okay, I like that. Them on this side means we're going to have to punch some more. Okay, so I think that's good. Get that off my hand. Okay, so let's get, this is my We Are Memory Keepers punch. And we will just punch this side. And this is Live, Love, Posh paper, so her stems aren't quite as long, but that still works just fine with this punch. You do have to clean it up a little bit though sometimes. So to get it to go all the way in so that you can punch this one, you have to clean it up a little bit because it didn't get all the way in there. And this one, it's not, the sticker didn't cover the whole slot for that one. So we'll just, goodness. You have these little sticker bits. They want to stick to everything. Let's see the next one. Okay, now let's see if we can get the next one to punch all the way. That one did better, but still didn't get all the way in there. And clear stickers are harder to punch than paper stickers, obviously. So that's part of the problem as well, is that they're clear stickers. So if I'm going to cover up the holes, I prefer it be paper stickers, but sometimes you just don't have that option. Okay, so that should be good. May have to clean it up a little bit more before we put it in the planner. There we go. Okay, so we got that. So I'm wondering if we do something similar to what we did and use this color and put, or we could even use like the light brown and put deer. Well, we're not gonna be able to do that because I only have one E in that color. So maybe we'll do it this way. Okay, so let's do this. I did them. Oh, I pulled the wrong color of R. We need the orange. Or I pulled the orange, we need the lighter one. We need this one. Okay, that's good. And since this is in my July section, I really didn't need to put July there. So I'm just gonna put the 6th. So then we'll know that was July 6th. Okay, so I like that really well. So we have one more page to do, and then I will be caught up in this planner for now. So we'll pop that in when we're all done. Okay, so this was the 7th, and my grandsons had a game. So we have all kinds of pictures from that. Let's see, we'll trim some of these up real quick. Now their season is just about over. I'm filming this on July 15th, and their last game is tomorrow the 16th. So I still have the pages to do in their memory planners for a few of their games, and then I have, they play, well, one of them played last night, the other one wasn't able to be at the game. So I will have pictures from that game to put in my memory planner once I get those developed. But once I get these done this evening, I will have the ones caught up that I have. And then after this week, and I have their baseball game after tomorrow, then I really don't have anything on my schedule for a while other than keeping my youngest grandson every other Tuesday, and I usually have pictures from that. But so my memory planning will go down, so I probably won't have as many memory plan with me, and I've really just started doing these. So let's see what we want to do for. Okay, so. And I know the last time I did, so I may do that again. So we will do this side with one of the boys and put the other one on the other side. So we have, I can do Colton here. Ended up with more of him this time. And that's both the boys, so I'll put that on the other one. I'm not sure how I ended up with more of him. Try not to do that. Okay, so let's pull. So this is where I keep most of my sports stickers. So let's see what we have for the baseball. So we may use those. We will not use those. We may use the bats and the borders. May use those, may not. Oh, I need to print me another one of those. I only have one of those, the long ones left. There's some quotes. Some of the paper bats. The other ones were the clear ones. And then we've got some baseball papers that we can tear. And so let's use these. Let's see how we want to do this. Do we want to do... Let's make this a little bit smaller. Just how small do I want to go? Let's do this and see if that's as small as I wanted or if I want to go down. I think we can do that. And then let's tear some of this and put it along the bottom. I also have dirt sticker strips that I use sometimes for the baseball spreads. And these background papers are in my shop as well. I believe there's a set of 6, and you can only buy these as a set. And if you check the description, there is a discount code for my YouTube followers. For my shop. And I do have new releases every other Tuesday. So the next release will be July 21st, but I'm not really sure when this video is going to post. My word. Okay, well that took a lot longer than it should have to get that off. So I'll have to trim some of it off since I tore the corner off trying to get it to peel. They're usually not quite that frustrating. That one was extremely stubborn. put the cap back on these tweezers so I don't injure myself. Okay, so now let's put these back on. So definitely a sunny day. So we'll pull out my weather album and go to my son's sheet. And anytime I talk about a sticker sheet being in my shop and you can't find it, let me know. Sometimes they expire or I have retired them, but if it's something that you're looking for, I'm happy to bring it back to the shop, even if it's just temporary. Okay, I like that. So let's put these in. And I don't usually journal in these. I wish I would take notes when I'm at the games, but I get so invested in the games that I don't think to take notes of if they got any good hits, if they made a good catch, if they won, lost, highlights. Like I said, I get so engrossed in their games that I don't think to take notes. And I really wish I would. So then I could journal in here, especially in theirs. Write down the team that they're playing, and at least with my granddaughter, all of her stats and everything were saved in Game Changer. But nobody's doing Game Changer for the boys. My granddaughter was on the high school team. This is a little league team. Okay, so let's, what's up there? I want, let's put that there. And then we'll get my numbers from my shop. And these are all punchable sheets that are in my shop. If you search punchable in the shop, then all of the different options will populate. So you can get these along with days of the week, months, in paper or clear. And then there's several other punchable options as well. So let's just put that 7 up there. I like that. Okay, so now let's do this side. And let's do red for his. Let's see if I'll trim this up. Of course, last night's game was the best game of the season, and only one of my grandsons was playing. I don't know, he wasn't feeling well, so I don't know if he'll be at the final game tomorrow or not. Let me have this, that's kind of cool. See if I can peel that very easy or not. There we go. That's how easy it should be. The other one that I was struggling with, I'm guessing I probably edited a bunch of that out. Let's put, oh, I didn't get that centered. Darn it. Okay. That's all right. Let's pull another sun out. And I don't think I ever published that small sheet. I love having these suns on hand. Okay, so we'll do that. That's cool. Okay, so now let's put that there. Wasn't for sure if that was my grandson or there's another kid on the team that is built very similar. Okay, so do I want them all down there? I think maybe we'll bring them up. Let's do that instead. Okay, so now let's take his name, we'll put him over there. And then we need another 7 for him. Seven is a popular number. I have to print me another sheet of numbers just because now I'm out of 7s. So we'll put that there. Now let's see if we can put, let's put all this in there. Do that. Baseball there. Now let's see if we've got some quotes that we want to use. And these quote stickers are in my shop as well. You can get them in clear or paper. It says, "Home sweet home, I'll always be your biggest fan." Let's see if we have, let's do, rub some dirt on it. Just put it right there. I'll put one of the bigger baseballs right there. All right, so I think we've got that one taken care of as well. Put that aside. Now let's get these put in my planner. That's an extra page. Pop it back in there. So I've got oops, we forgot to punch it. that one popped in. That one is kind of zoomed in. Hopefully you can, I stayed in frame most of the time. So there's my July cover sheet if you didn't see that plan with me. There's the bunnies. The deer. And the baseball pages. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.